What's up, everybody? I just finished other video, which you'll probably see in this video first. This is gonna be an interesting video if I can get the camera back up at the angles because I keep pushing them. Pushing the angle. Oh, I see what happened. There it goes. So, yeah, this lesson is not really a lesson. This is advice. And this is gonna be based on if you never have played an instrument or never sang, how do you get started? So the first thing you're going to want to figure out is what you're looking to achieve out of any instrument or vocal. And I include vocal as an instrument, your voice as an instrument. What are you trying to achieve in this? And that's how you make goals to achieve your level. Now, going into this, I highly recommend, I'm not going to tell you what to buy. Some people are on budgets, some people aren't on budgets. You know, I'm not going to tell somebody to go out and buy a $10,000 Les Paul because it's great, or it has mojo, which is a crock of shit. The best thing to do is not buy a guitar kit for $150, $300. Go buy something that's more in the intermediate level. And I would recommend you buy used. You can get really good deals used. There's Charvels, Schecters. You can get a good deal on a Carvin. I got a Fender Talon that I'm even selling on Reverb. They sell these for $1,000. Mine's $600 on Reverb. There's all kinds of people selling gear. I just bought the gig board from Headrush on Reverb for $250. Guitar Center down the street selling one for $499. I mean, you're saving hundreds. That white guitar is a key. So by the time you go on their site and you order it, it's $4,000. Did I pay that? No. I bought it used, $1,200 at Guitar Center. You can save thousands of dollars, let alone hundreds of dollars. Katana Boss amps made by Roland, which is a very reputable company that's been around for years. Line 6 Catalyst, Line 6 has been around for years, which came from Johnson amps, which the first modeling amps. King Crimson, Adrian Belew buys them all up. But there are a lot of things that you can do to save money. And there's twofold to this, because one is, if you buy a piece of shit and it feels bad and sounds bad, you're not going to want to practice. You need something that makes you want, like, you don't want to beat a piece of shit car in your driveway. Well, if you have one, that's all you got. But what would you rather drive? That or a nice Lexus? I'm not telling you to spend that kind of money. I'm just using that as a reference. You're more likely to go drive every day in the Lexus as opposed to the 1970 Toyota Corolla. So those are things you've got to consider. Now, the thing with that, like I said, is it's going to make you want to play and practice more, which is a good thing. And it's going to sound and feel better. And that goes into the making you want to play. Also, if you don't want to play and you get into this and you go, it's not for me, you'll get your money back because you can resell it. Those shitty starter kits and those shitty acoustic kits and Epiphone kind of whatever kind of kit thing, you know, like a Fender piece of shit guitar and amp, don't buy those. They're firewood. It's the worst quality that you can get out there. They're made very fast and very affordable. And the problem with that is they sound and play like shit and you'll never get your money back. So you can just count that as money thrown down the toilet. So you have that. And that is a big factor. That's why I say go get something used, because on the used market, like a used PRS, that's a Sam Ash right now, they got 2 EVH guitars that are Mexican made. They're EVH specials. They got them for $850. Those guitars are $1,400 So I'm not telling you to go spend one of those. But they also own Michael Kelly, and they have some used Michael Kellys for $200-300 And it's a great guitar made unbelievable. Sounds great, feels great, plays great. Carvin's another one. Schecter's another. So I'm not here as a biased opinion of what you should buy on what brand, but you can go out and you can find stuff that's really good. Roland, which is Boss Katana amps, like a small amp. I got a Fender G-Deck 30 here that my son uses and I use for lessons. Great little starter amp for $100. You buy them used. And that is another good thing for you guys to do, because a lot of people, and the reason why I do this is I get asked all the time if I'm in a guitar shop looking at a guitar, oh, you play really well, how much is that guitar? Well, it's $2,000 used. Oh, I'm not looking for that. Yeah, I understand that, but what they do is they end up picking my brain, and I tell them and I explain all this, and it's a great thing. But a lot of these guys on YouTube are looking to sell you their lessons and market themselves, and when they do that, they make it selfish and they make it about them. I make it about you guys. It's not about me. It's not about who I played for, who I toured for. That part is just in the information that I give you from a logical, experienced guitar player. I have a teaching degree at West Palm Beach School Board. I trained under and studied under Steve Morris out of University of Miami, who plays with the Dixie Dregs and Deep Purple. And now I don't know who he's playing with. His wife had cancer and he left Deep Purple. I have degrees from GIT out of California. I played with Paul Gilbert, Jason Becker, Marty Friedman. They were all my classes. We're all the same age. Oni Logan from Lynch Mob grew up around the corner from me down here. Ricky Sanders, the drum tech, lives for Shinedown, lives down the street from me. I mean, it's a small world, which we'll get into the band thing. We'll keep these videos separate. So the last thing is, okay, I've got something that I like. I'm ready to start. How do I find an instructor, and what do I look for in an instructor? This is very important, because I've said this time and time after again. If you're a teacher in a classroom and you have 30 kids, all 30 of those kids do not process information the way that you're teaching it. So you have 10 kids that fail. That's your fault as a teacher, because you don't recognize how people process information. Now you can tell by the way they process information by the work you give out to see how they understand it by, practicing the next week. Now an adult might not have the time, and you have to remember this is a very selfish thing. You spend hours upon hours learning and sitting around by yourself trying to get better. Hence the abs story. If abs were easy, everybody have them, and when you went to the beach, you wouldn't admire that he has abs. Why? Because you know how much hard work he dedicated into that, and how much of the food and maybe steroids and whatnot. But you get the point. To be a great guitar player and to have people go, oh my God, you're an incredible guitar player, you have to put the time and effort into being that guitar player that's admired. And there's twofold for that. You can be the guitar player that's selfish and solos and does everything on his own and gets admired for his YouTube videos, or you can be a real guitar player that writes music that masses want to hear, so that your job as a guitarist is to make the band sound good, which is to help the singer form the lyrics around your melodies and harmonies and your chords and this and that. That's your job. It's a band, not I'm a guitar player. So there's folds going into that, and that's what I'm talking about. As you grow, your goals might change based on what you're trying to achieve, and that happens, hence all my guitars. My goals and stuff have changed because of what I've achieved, and what I was trying to achieve, I achieved it, and then I wanted to move on. Fortunately, that happened when I was young. But some of us don't. Some of us just want to play. So hence is the guitar thing. Now, to go learn. I'm not a big proponent on YouTube with the guys on here. None of them have teaching degrees. Some do, most, I'd say 90% of the people on here don't have a teacher's degree. They're not a professional instructor. Just because you can play Smoke on the Water or Back in Black, or you play in a local cover band, does not make you a professional teacher. Going back, hence the instruction thing. All people process information differently. I go back to you. You're the customer. You're the one paying. You're king. So how do you find it? Don't sign a contract. Maybe take lessons from this person from a month, this person for a month, this person for a month. You set your goals, maybe 3 instructors, 4 different instructors, and you go to them and you see what you get for what you pay for and who presents it in the best possible scenario for you to learn the best. Meaning it's very efficient, you're very fast at learning because of the way he's teaching. Your progression is going really well. Now it's not an easy thing, so they have to give you, lessons and certain things and scales, and it's all a part of that. People that tell you you don't have to learn scales to play music, it's true, but you'll never be an incredible songwriter. So theory is very important. If you watch some of the Reels videos with the crazy stuff I do, you have to know theory to even come up with the concepts of some of the stuff that I'm doing. Some of it's borrowed and some of it's embellished on. Some of it I came up with myself, but that's the kind of thought process that has to go into that. So I would recommend you call up a mom and pop shop, not a Sam Ash, not a Guitar Center, and you say, listen, if you were, and you ask the right question and say, I'm calling because I want to take lessons, or my son wants to take lessons, or vocal lessons. If you were me, regardless of your teachers, who is your best teacher and who are the best teachers around for an adult? Who are the best teachers, including at your place, for a kid? What are your rates? And then you call the other people with their rates. And then you set up kind of like a program. You go to him for a month, take a break for 2 weeks, go to him for a month, take a break for 2 weeks, and you try these people and see which you get the best of out of your money. That's the best thing you can do. So you got goals and achieving levels before you get started, what you want to do with this, and eventually it changes. Buying quality instruments that you can resell if you don't want to stay into this. Don't go buy a $4,000 microphone. If you're a vocalist, go buy a $100 microphone, buy a $50 microphone. Don't buy a full PA setup, Yamaha Stage Pass or a karaoke setup, or one powered speaker with a small vocal processor with a cheap mic. I mean, there's ways to do this. So I hope that helps everyone to get started. And if you have any questions about anything else, well, this guy wants me to sign a 6-month program or School of Rock. I don't know their programs like curriculums, but I'll tell you, don't sign anything. You go a month, and you find the best possible instruction you can get. It's kind of like you've went to school all these years. Back when we were younger, we had 5 different teachers in 5 different classes. Over the years, we know which teachers taught the best and we learned the most that year in that class, and who was more personable to you, who taught you and understood the way that you learn and process information. That's a key factor. So I hope this helps everybody out. Thank you again for all your subscriptions in 2023 and 2024. And if you're finding this, there are lessons on this channel that you can start off and try a couple lessons on YouTube before you even get started. More than likely, it's best that you go see an instructor. It helps you immensely, especially based on your goals and what you're trying to achieve. If you want to learn just songs, you can learn that on YouTube. But if you want to learn real theory and real music, go see somebody professionally trained with a degree in music, such as a person like me. But I don't teach a lot of lessons. I have friends that are very well skilled in the South Florida area. If you're looking for somebody, around me I can recommend, but go and find somebody like me in your area and ask them. Say, you know, go into a guitar shop, listen to somebody playing well. Hey, pick their brain. Hey, how did you learn how to play guitar? I'm thinking about playing guitar. Who do you think the best instructor around here is? Where did you learn? Where did you go? Where did pick people's brains. That's the best way. Like, again, my father told me, you want to be a drunk? Hang out with drunks. You want to learn how to play guitar better than anybody? Hang out and pick their brains. Hang out with guitar players. So that's the best advice I can give you. I hope this helps some of you guys out that are looking to get into music. And again, it'll change as your goals and achievement levels change. So peace out. Keep rocking. And please, please, tell your friends to subscribe. It won't hurt them one bit. It doesn't do anything to your channels or your phones. As long as you don't hit the bell notification, all my videos don't pop up. But if you want to see content, hit the bell notification, subscribe, and like the video. Peace.